Many of the typical trouble spots in New Jersey are seeing their fair share of floodwaters.
CBS 2's Jessica Layton live in Ridgewood tonight. Jessica.
Well, Maurice and Christine, I will say there is something to be said for preparation. You know, people have been just so terrified of another repeat of Ida that ever since that storm, they've essentially been preparing for this storm that we had overnight into today. I can tell you that towns and villages nearby have been warning residents about this. They've been clearing out those storm drains. They've been lowering water levels wherever they could in anticipation of this storm. Even this gorgeous football field here in Ridgewood behind me, it was flooded earlier this afternoon. Tonight it's drenched, but still a little puddling, but nothing like we saw during Ida or today. The water has really receded. So in terms of these two storms, Ida was devastating. This nor'easter, more of a nuisance so far. By late afternoon, the athletic fields at Ridgewood High School started to look like the varsity swimming pool. Most of the gorgeous new turf field underwater for the second time in as many months. A sad sight to see for this 2020 graduate, especially after the school just made a major investment to fix it.
Flooded over maybe like a month ago. It was worse than this, but still the fact that it's flooding over this many times in such a short span of time, really unfortunate for the school.
At the same time, there were concerns about school parking lots in Cresskill that constantly flood. The Saddle River was raging, bursting over its banks and overflowing onto this historic water lily farm. The owner has had to pump out the property plenty of times, but it never gets easy.
So we're basically stuck. We've been here, you know, this business is over 100 years old, doing the same thing that we do today, but it's a challenge. The
first nor'easter of the season was challenging for several New Jersey communities. Many were still cleaning up from Ida, even as the first raindrops fell this time around. Rapids from the Greenbrook in Scotch Plains filled parks and shut down parts of Route 22. Some drivers didn't get the message, though, and they got stuck. And authorities worry those who live near the area's rivers may not be quite out of the woods yet.
With more rain in the forecast, and especially rain north of us, which is going to fill this river, if we get more heavy bands of rain here, we'll have significant roadway flooding again.
So again, don't get me wrong, this was certainly a very significant storm, but with Ida fresh on the minds of so many people here in New Jersey, folks just felt like they were able to weather it a little bit better by being better prepared. But as the police chief just mentioned, flash flooding could remain an issue overnight, so do be careful with that, as well as the winds, like Lonnie mentioned. We're reporting from Ridgewood, New Jersey tonight. Jessica Layton, CBS 2 News.
Okay, Jessica, thank you.